Mike McElroy here with Timeless Fence System. Today we want to talk about wire spacing. We get a lot of phone calls on a weekly basis, and customers will ask us, well, how many wires do I need? How many do I need to put up? What kind of spacing do I need? So all that is really dependent on a couple of things. One would be terrain, but most important would be the one talk about animals. What type of animals do you have? So for an example, right here, we just got through finishing up a fence here at Timeless Fence, and this is for cattle. This is a 5.5 foot tall Timeless by 1 3/4 inch post that was driven 18 inches in the ground. So we have 4 foot above the ground. Our top wire is in our top hole, which makes that 46 inches. And so what we elected to do is to have a 4-strand fence here. So we dropped down 9 inches, 9 inches, and 9 inches. That gives us about, and I like to use my kneecap, but it's just right below my kneecap, somewhere around 17, 18 inches for our bottom wire. So, you know, for cattle, even for horses, that would work well. Some horse people like to have a little bit taller fence, so you might go to the 6 or even the 6.5 foot tall post to give you a little bit more height. But then we get into our small ruminants, and also we got to think about maybe predators. We have a lot of problems across the country, you know, with coyotes and bobcats and things of that nature. So what we would want to do is we would want to have several wires closer to the ground. When this post is driven in 18 inches, our first hole is going to be 6 inches above the ground. So probably for sheep, goats, pigs, you want that hot wire to be, you know, about nose level on that animal. So if you start with your bottom wire and you go every 6 inches for at least the bottom 3 wires, then that's going to take care of that area for those small ruminant animals. Then your 4th wire may be 9 or 12 inches, and then you might go 9 or 12 again to get whatever height that you want for your top wire. Predators, the same way. You want to get that bottom wire close to the ground so that they're not going to be able to go under your wire. So 6 inches, unless you drill the hole, which we really don't recommend. The simple reason is we want to leave about 6 inches of our back rib here for our post just to give us strength. That's not to say that you can't go closer if you wanted to. You know, just keep in mind that our specifications are, you know, we like to have the 6 inches in here, but if it's something that's very important that you've got to get down to maybe 4 inches, then you can drop down here, you know, a couple inches and go ahead and drill another hole, or you can go ahead and just drive your post in the ground to where that bottom hole is 4 inches off the ground. Like I said, some of the other situations might be terrain, and terrain is something that's very important. So when you are laying out your fence in a straight line, what you want to do is, once you get your line laid out, you want to follow that line, and you want to look at every dip, locate every dip and every rise. And don't worry about spacing on your post. Just go ahead and take your post, put one in every dip and put one in every rise. Then you can come back and evenly space your post in between those areas. Now what that's going to do is that's going to keep all of your wires parallel with the lay of the land. If you just decide that you want to have a 20-foot spacing, and let's say you cross a little dip that might be 4 or 5 inches deep, and your bottom wire, you have it planned to be 6 inches off the ground, now you've got 11-inch opening right there. So it's very easy just to go ahead and lay your fence out, run your line, your straight line, and then look for your dips and your rises and go ahead and fill them in first. That's just a couple of things that just wanted to mention on wire spacing. I will tell you there are a lot of fencing companies that have charts on spacing your wire. I know the Natural Resource Conservation Service with the USDA, each of their field office, they have fencing specs, and they're good to follow, and they're just there to have something to follow to give you an idea. And then we have a lot of people, customers that we work with that let us know what works best for them, and we pass that on to customers. So there again, it's your own personal preference, but if you have specific things that you want to deal with, like the predators, or keeping dogs out or keeping dogs in, it works both ways, then you want to look at multiple strands of wire. If there's any way that we can help you here at Timeless Fence System, feel free to give us a call at 800-788-4709.